All right, guys, so we got another little sticky note here. I'm gonna make a quick little video about this, okay? This one is take massive action towards your goals, okay? It sounds really straightforward, but let's delve into it a little bit. Now, this is not telling you to take action towards your goals. It's telling you to take massive action towards your goals. But we're gonna talk about the mindset behind this as well. Because you do want to take massive action towards your goals, but you don't want to be in a place where you're thinking that you need to achieve your goals to be happy or fulfilled in life, okay? You don't want to be, you want to obsessively go towards your goals, but you want to hold them lightly. So it's funny because there was another quote that I did, another video on a quote that I did that said, pursue your goals. I think it was hold your values lightly, but pursue them vigorously. That was the one of the sticky notes. So you really want to go after what you want in life, but also at the same time, you want to hold it lightly. So it's not like something that you're consumed by every second of the day and you're thinking about it. It's always on your mind and you're like driving yourself crazy with anxiety about it. You don't want to do that. So you want to be able to take the massive action toward your goals, but you also want to be able to pull back and detach from the situation if need be as well, where you can kind of, get out of that situation and stop thinking about your goals like 24 hours a day, okay? But let's get back to originally what this quote means. Take massive action towards your goals. So I want you to think about the top 2 or 3 goals that you have in your life. Like really just kind of think about them just for a second. You can pause the video if you want to, or think about your top 1, 2 or 3, top 1, 2 or 3 goals you have in your life, and really just pause the video and think about it, okay? Just think about it. And then once you have those goals in mind, now you have to think, if I was absolutely obsessed with getting to this goal, then what are the actions I would take today, this week, this month? And I'm not talking about if you wanted to reach the goal. I'm talking about if you were absolutely obsessed with reaching this goal, then what are the actions you have to take today, this week, this month, okay? What exactly do you have to do? Do you have to read a certain amount of books? Do you have to learn a certain topic? Do you have to do solver work if it's poker? Or do you have to get out there and have experiences? Like whatever it may be, whatever your goal may be, I don't know what your goal is. You need to force yourself to want it really badly, that you're hungry for it, but at the same time, you can hold it lightly. So what does this mean? So what does this even mean? Like, how do we get to that point? Like, that sounds really confusing, right? That you want to obsessively do the actions to get to your goals, but then also you want to be able to detach from it as well. So I'm going to talk a lot on this channel about detachment, okay? A lot on this channel about detachment and letting go, because I think those are the 2 most important things anybody can do to live a happier and better life, okay? So detaching and letting go is going to be, the top 2 things that I'll probably talk about on this channel moving forward. And so let's say you have your actions. Let's just use an easy example. I know a lot of the people that follow my channel are poker players, okay? So let's just use an example of you're a poker player and your goal is to be the best spin and go player in the world, let's say, okay? And you're like, okay, so this is my line of action. I'm gonna study this much per day. I'm gonna play this much per day. And this is what I'm gonna do. If I'm absolutely obsessed with becoming the best, until I am the best, I'm gonna do this and that. This is the line of actions I'm gonna take, okay? You have your study portion, you have your playing portion, but then also you have to be able to, when you're not studying, when you're not playing, you have to be able to pull out of that, detach, and live the rest of your life, okay? And for some of you guys, you might be like, wow, that's really difficult. Because if you're so obsessively going after being the best at something, it's hard to have balance in life. And it is. It's really difficult. It's really difficult, but it's a perfect time for you to exercise that muscle and like try to do that, because you're going to train your mind to not be consumed with something, where you can kind of consume yourself with something and then pull out whenever you want. Okay? And this is a skill you build. You build this skill. I was terrible at this skill early on in my life. You know, when I was getting good at poker, I was just all in, but it would consume me. I had so much anxiety because I would just that's the only thing I would do and think about at all times throughout the day. But I was kind of miserable during that process of when I was trying to be the best, you know? It was tough. It was very difficult. It was a very difficult journey because all the anxiety I felt, because I was so unhealthily obsessive. There's a healthy way of being obsessed with being the best, and then an unhealthy way to do it. So I did it the more unhealthy way, which works too, but then it's just like your quality of life is gonna be terrible. You're probably gonna be depressed and miserable throughout the process. It's not really the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to try to start training yourself now that you're gonna be obsessed, you're gonna study, you're gonna play, and then when you're done playing, you're done playing and you're done thinking about poker. Okay, you're done. You are done. And you're like, wait a second, Jack, how is that possible? What if my mind drifts to poker? It will. It will. But this is your perfect opportunity. If you saw the last video I made, you would see it. This ties in together very well. This is your perfect opportunity to practice being in the present moment. After you're done playing, be present with whatever else you're doing, whether it be spending time with your girlfriend, whether it be going out with friends, whether it be having a dinner, whether it be going outside, taking a walk. Be present in anything else that you're doing throughout the night after you're done playing. And you're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. Don't be hard on yourself. Continue to meditate. Continue to be present, okay? And as you continue to meditate, continue to be present, you can get to this point in your life where balance becomes almost effortless. It just flows. The balance just flows because you're so present in everything that you're doing that you get into this kind of flow state where it's just like, it's just natural for you just to give it your all at studying, give it your all at the poker tables, and then like just disconnect from it all and just continue doing whatever else you want to do with your life. It just becomes natural for you. And that's really where I want everyone to be. And this is not, you know, something exact like I said in the last video as well. This is not something that you're immediately gonna push through and, you know, get there just from watching this video. That's not gonna happen, unfortunately. Okay, this is something you got to work on. This is a discipline and a muscle you got to flex, and you know, slowly you'll get better and better. But you got to be patient with yourself. You know, you got to be patient with yourself, and you got to just kind of trust that you're getting better on a daily basis, because it's hard to kind of measure that, right? You can't really, you know, measure it with a measuring stick. Like, that's just not the way it works. You just kind of have to gauge like how you feel on a day-to-day basis, and be sure that you're not like insanely overwhelmed, insanely anxious, and just, you know, depressed and whatever it may be if you're just like pushing yourself way too hard, right? But so you take the massive action, you do the action steps, you take the massive action, but you're obsessed with your actions, but you're not obsessed with your mind. That's the best way of putting it, okay? If you can get there, it's gonna be good. I promise. Like, you're gonna have a lot of success in whatever it is you're doing. You're gonna have a lot of success, and also you're gonna have success that's not gonna affect the rest of your life. Okay, because you can easily have success that'll affect every aspect of the rest of your life, where you have the success, but then you're so consumed by the thoughts. It's always in your mind. You're always just thinking about it, and you drive yourself crazy. And you can have success that way, but it's just going to be a very, very, very rough time and a lot more difficult than it needs to be, okay? So take the massive action towards your goals, but hold them lightly. Don't stress as much more than you need to. Don't, get really anxious. And the ways you do this, obviously, like we talked about, meditate, be more present after you're done. Practice detaching and letting go of whatever happened at the tables, whatever happened with your studying. Try to let go, detach, be present with anything else you're doing afterwards. And this is going to be something you'll be working on, for the rest of your life, probably. This is not something that ever has an end game, right? I'm still working on this all the time, and I just get slowly better and better and better and better. And I slowly don't let what, let's say what happens at work, affect anything, any other areas, of my life. So I want you guys to get there to the point where you're just getting better and better and better. It's never perfect. You're never going to be like, this bot that just snaps his fingers and okay, I'm in the present moment now. I can just let go of what happened and we'll move on. But you will get better. I promise. With everyday actions, you will get better at that. And I wish you guys the best of luck. If you guys have any questions, drop it in the comments. If you guys want to like this video, then give it a like. And I'll see you guys in the next video.